man, my life was pretty much hell growing up, man. But yeah, I made it out. So when my son, she was like 8 months, 7 months pregnant when that happened to me, when I got set up. And I just remember, like, man, so I just remember a voice. I thought I could think of my mom, somebody in the hospital. She's like, you want to die for these streets, or you gonna live for your son?
Welcome to the podcast from Doug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from the Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
What's up, y'all? You know what it is. This is Lady Miz and
Ray.
And this is from the Ground Up Productions. There's only one way to go from here. Today, we got one of the dopest. Listen, we got a superstar celebrity in the building, but he's not technically in the building. Y'all know we doing this Zoom. We got Tre'Sean Wiggins. He is one of the boxers up and coming, doing his thing, and I'm super excited to be chopping it up with him. So without further ado, let's welcome him to the show. So, what's good?
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Nothing. We chilling. How you doing? So you over there in DR on business right now?
Not yet. We ain't leave yet. You know, we leave this week. This week coming up. You know, get there on the 22nd.
Oh, okay. All right. So, all right, cool. So we're going to talk about that, your up and coming events and stuff. But before we get into it, why don't you go ahead and just give people a little history about yourself? And, I know I already mentioned the boxing, but just tell them a little bit about you and, what you do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm a professional boxer. I mean, I was ranked number 10 in the world at one point, but due to inactivity, I took some time off. I had a little personal issues with Don King, trying to, a promotional issue. So we was trying to get out of that. That's what kind of took the layoffs, the too long layoff, because I've been out for almost 2 years now. Then my house burned down days before Christmas. It's just like I've been having back to back. So it's it feel good to be back finally, you know what I mean? But now it's 100% focused, and I'm ready to just see what's next, man. I got these 2 events coming up. But that's it, So they're pretty much.
Darn. Okay, so listen, that was a whole lot there that we got to unpack. Okay.
Right.
First, again, whatever you could speak on, but whatever you can't, it's okay, because I understand the business part of it. So we're going to pivot back to some of the things you just said. First of all, I want to salute you, one, for getting back into doing what you do, because this is your craft, your business, and all of that. So salute to you for moving forward and with your goal, everything that you got going on. Now, you mentioned that you took a break off because of Don King. Could you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, I started off, when I first got with Don, I was on the road. Actually, we kind of wrote them in. I was going in as an opponent. He's one of his fighters needed an opponent to fight, I was on my way out, and so I said, I'll take the fight. I took the fight, ended up knocking his boy out in three rounds. So got that fight. Fast forward, I signed a contract with him, and we signed a pretty decent contract. But I signed it. We was going. I was fighting back to back to back. Not winning by knockout. Great, you know what I'm saying? Some of my best performances been coming with that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then Adrian Broner, they signed up. They signed Adrian Broner. ESPN, everybody automatically they automatically knew that the only fight to make was me and Adrian Broner. So I was assuming that was the fight they were going to make. Long story short, AB didn't want to fight me. So they pushed me aside, so sat me on the bench. So I'm like, bro, I'm like one of your only active fighters. Your heavyweight lost his world title. I'm getting busy. Me and my other stablemate Ian Green, we were holding it down, just winning all these fights, keeping the stable alive, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And he kind of just shelved me. So I'm like, my manager like, man, we're out of here. We're not staying there. But Don King's Don King, man. He was not just trying to let us leave without a fight. So that's where we were. And then I got my legal team had to go, and the process kept trying to reach out, trying to make that happen. They wouldn't let us. They kept just avoiding it, like pushing it off, like trying to feed us little stuff. Like, now you're gonna get the winner out of it, Broner and Blair. So you did all that just to still let AB lose anyway. You know what I mean? Because AB ended up eventually losing to Blair Cobbs, and I'm like, so then they try to offer me Adrian Broner after that. I'm like, I don't want him now. I want the winner. Give me the winner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they didn't want to give me. They didn't want to give me Blair. So I'm like, what? I'm out of there too. My managers and then we fought it, and now we out of the contract. So on a bigger and better thing.
Oh, so basically, I'm gonna ask: boxing promoters are just as shady as hip hop promoters.
My God, bro. And I tell you, boxing is a grimy game. If I'd have known how much of a grimy game, I'd have took a different approach to it. But I came into the game, young, naive, hungry. I just knew I could fight, and I knew what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Change my circumstances, change my family to it. So I knew what I wanted. You know what I mean? But if I didn't know the business side of it, I was learning on the job. And as learning on the job, I got a lot of bumps and scrapes and bruises. But I mean, I'm still here and I'm still standing. All my functions are still intact, so I'm doing pretty good.
That's what's up. And salute to you again, because listen, one thing that I learned, all entertainment is a grimy business. Rather it's music, it could be sports and boxing and movies and all of that stuff. It's a grimy industry. I mean, look at what's going on now. You know what I mean? It is what it is. But what I like about you, and I'm going to talk about this a little bit, is no matter how grimy it is, you seem to have integrity with the way that you move and the things that you're trying to put out there when it comes to you and your family. Now, I do want to talk about what it was like growing up in Newburgh and stuff like that. But before we do, since we're on the family topic, let's talk about you as a father. I know that you posted something. I gotta find it. You posted something on social media saying, "I'm still unlearning and learning a lot of things that I was taught growing up." Okay, so can you speak to me and speak to us about what exactly does that mean? What were you unlearning and what are you learning?
Just typical hood lifestyle behaviors, man. Growing up with and running in the inner city, kids. Doing gang violence and all that stuff like that. All that stuff that I used to thought was amusing back when I was younger. Once I had my son and started and getting older as an adult, man, it didn't seem too amusing anymore. And like a lot of the people that I grew up with are either dead or in jail now. And luckily for me, I was able to survive. And some of the people that I did have beef with, that we to this day, we can't even tell me what we were beefing about. It was just a bunch of bull that we just grew up on, that we didn't have no, just block hating each other or gang colors hating each other and all that stuff, man. But once as I became a father, I'm like, I don't want my sons growing up like that. You know what I mean? And I knew how I wanted to be for them.
Good. That's good. And I'm glad to hear that too. How old are your sons?
I just had a newborn too. He's 19 months, but my oldest is 16, 15, and my daughter's 13.
Oh, you got a daughter too. Okay, all right. That's a salute to you and congratulations on your recent child. Yes. Okay. So what are you learning? Right? Because you said you were unlearning things. So talk to us about what you have learned in the process.
Learning and just patience and everything don't need a reaction. Back in the day, growing up with just a single mother, so we emotional. Man, you know what I mean. So little stuff that you push me, I'm automatically just gonna, or you bump into me, and then I want to start acting all rowdy and that is something I don't need to be doing. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. I'm trying to unlearn that. So patience, you know what I mean. Everything don't need a reaction. Thinking before I do a lot of stuff and stuff like that.
Good, good, good. And you know what? I know it's kind of hard sometimes, especially when we come from a certain area and it's like you gotta be like that to survive sometimes, because if you don't, you fool to people in the hood. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
That's what I
how
try to.
you gonna survive it? Right,
That's,
right.
that's what I try to tell. I try to explain to my sons. You know what I mean? And like I didn't drop out of school because I wasn't smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a dummy. It was just going there and you know how NFA is one high school, you know, and that's the only high school there, so everybody's going there. You can't duck no wreck there, man. So it's you either gonna get into it or you're not. And I chose not to, man, because my son, we had my first son. I was fairly young as hell, so you know.
Right, right. Okay, so when you in the ring, talk to
Yeah.
me about that. Is that your moment where you feel like, okay, I'm gonna take everything that I got that I probably would have wanted to do to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna take it out on this dude in the ring. Like, what's your approach?
Honestly, that's the furthest thing for me because
Okay.
once I learned how to box, once I started boxing and I knew what I could do with my hand, I stopped really. That stuff stopped. Like when people think that boxing, you would automatically want to just fight in the streets all the time. Now, nah, you literally avoid all that stuff now because it's pointless. Because I know what I can do to you. It's no point in me to even get into that with you. For what? What am I going to prove? You know. But I
Right.
mean, when the ring, I just take that. I know where I want to go and the sacrifices I made to get there. You know, and the sacrifices my family made to get there because it's more than just me. My family do behind the scenes. Like my wife, she's a major part behind the scenes that she don't get enough credit for. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her too.
Yes, well, salute to your wife. Talk to us about like what it's like being married, having a family, because a lot in today's time, we're living in a time where people are celebrating divorce and broken families more than anything else. So you as a career man, as a businessman, as a family man, as a father, and as a husband, how do you balance all of that?
It's tough. I mean, like I tell everybody, man, she the glue for real. 'Cause she thugs it out more than all I do is the fight part, man. You know, and being a father, man, make sure I'm teaching my sons the proper ways, man, of living. But she's the foundation for real. So she hold it together. She like when I go to training camp, she hold it down while I'm going. That's a lot on her, man. But she's tough as they come.
All
That's
right.
what's up.
I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. Yes. We represent and celebrate Black love all day. So salute to y'all for that. Absolutely. Um
Now, I got as a boxer, right? You had spoke on trying to keep that when you outside the ring, you do not try, or you try to stay out of trouble.
Right.
You find being a boxer that people want to challenge you just because you box.
Yeah, no, you know, when they know who you are though, and they got like some type of chip on their shoulder or something. The first thing that they say is, "Oh, I don't care if you box." Like, obviously you do. That's the first thing you mention. But I'm not about to speak. I'm not. You ain't about to trick me on my spot, man. I used to be a high hat, man. You say something, and I'm gonna crash out. But it's for what now, man? I mean, I got a whole lot more to lose than somebody who ain't doing nothing with their 24 hours in a day, man. You know. And I had to learn. That's what I had to unlearn.
So
yes.
now, when it comes to training, how hard is it when you look at other sports? What's the training like for being a boxer?
Oh, man, it's rough. It's rough, man. I mean, I don't recommend it for nobody. But if you're gonna do it, do it, do it with everything, man. Like my sons, I didn't want them to really box, but I knew from the day my son, you know what I'm saying, he can walk. My oldest son, he wanted to be just like me. So I'm like, if you're gonna do it, we're gonna go all in, and, you know. So and he's real good. I mean, I don't prefer training. The training that we do is like vigorous, man. I mean, like I go to training camp, like I can't train around my family because I got a lot of distractions at home. Like I got a lot of stuff that I deal with so at home. You know what I'm saying? So I have to go away. The sacrifices of going away, you know, leaving your job when you're training. You know, people don't see those sacrifices that speed me, but that's count. That's like betting on yourself, man. Putting your chips down on you, doubling down. You know, because who wants to leave their job where they feed themselves and feed their family to go train and chase a dream?
Mm. Hmm.
But it's not easy, man. But the training is tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it have to be because like training and got to eat a certain way. You got to be dedicated with the time. You really can't take no, like, I mean, you could take breaks, but I mean, you can't like that because you really got to go hard.
Hardest part I think is me is the stuff that I miss with my kids. Like I miss out on a lot of stuff, man. Just like you figure like sometimes holidays, like one time I was on way on Christmas, and sometimes I miss the birthdays, stuff like that, man. I mean, like my son came to training camp like a few weeks ago, and he had a diaper on, and now he's just potty training. So
Oh,
it's like,
wow.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I kind of just like missed out on the whole process like that, and I'm hands on, so I mean, I could that stuff take a toll on you, but people don't see that for real.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? I mean, when you are the type of father that you are, it will because you're a family man, right? So some people don't care and they'll be out and leave, but when you truly love your family and you want to be a part of your kid's life, obviously, you saying that now, and I seen some of your stuff what you was expressing that it means a lot. You know what I mean? So it means a lot to be there, to be for your family. But you got to think of it like this though. You are still there because you're doing what you got to do to make sure you can provide for your family.
Right. Right. Yeah, and that's the best part about what I says is it's a team thing. It's not just I do the easy part. I do the fighting, man. It's a team thing. Like they understand the assignment. They know why I'm going, and so they make sure that I'm not stressed about it. You know what I mean? My wife, if she got to drive them all the way up to training camp on weekends to come see me, that's what she do. And you know what I'm saying? So we do it together. It's a whole team thing.
Okay.
That's what's up.
So when it comes to the WBA, right, as far as holding the title, when you took the time off, did that affect you?
Yeah, it definitely did. The WBA in it, they was trying to get me to fight in there, but they understood because usually you have to defend it every 6 months, which I was doing. And but when I wasn't, we reached out. My managers reached out to the WBA, and they liked me because I've been a champ since for like 3 years, strong. So they
Yes.
was trying to work with me. Don't mean it was like they didn't know I was having problems with the promoter, so they gave me extensions there, and then they just kept giving us extensions, and then we finally had a slot, and then a fight, and it fell through. So they like, yo, we can't hold on to it no longer. So they end up stripping me of my title. They stripped me the first
Wow.
time. They end up giving it back, but then they stripped me again, and now this one is an NBA gold title, and that I'm paying for. But they said being that what I'm saying, I was a champ for so long, and I was holding it down that they're gonna give me a shot for the NBA gold, and once I win that, it's like I'll be ranked in the top three, top four,
Oh, okay. Wow. So I didn't know that. So if you take the time off, it affects you and you got to fight for it back if they strip you from.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Hmm.
well, yeah. So that's where we at with it now. So I don't have the title no more right now. I'm fighting for a new one this one.
Now,
Going back. Okay.
when they strip you of the title, who do they give it to, or the next up
It'd
to
just
fight?
be vacant. Someone else actually just recently fought for it vacantly. You know what I'm saying? They'll make it vacant, they fight for it, and if they whoever wins. So then now what they did tell me is that I'll have the opportunity to they were gonna say we gotta go into negotiations with the guy who did win it. And then we gotta set up something so me and him can fight for it. They're at least gonna get I'm gonna still get the gold one, but they still gonna give me a chance to fight for mine's back, my old one back. But I mean, if it defeats the purpose, then it's pointless. But if I want to go on bigger and better things, not fighting for that title back, I had it for 3 years. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
And
Right.
plus, the guy who did win it, me and him are pretty cool. We good friends, man. I mean, but business is business. So if that's the way I
There
have to
you
go,
go.
like they mandated, then it's on. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. Okay. All right. Who inspired you? Who do you look up to in this industry as far as boxing?
I mean, you probably don't know him. He's a old school, older fighter, Joel Casamayor. He's a Cuban fighter. He was real good, man. He was like the
You know what it
southpaw.
is?
I heard him.
I
Okay.
adapted my whole style pretty much from him. He was old school, rugged, dirty southpaw, Olympian, he world champion, but not a big recognizable name. But and I just stole his whole style, man. I liked him because he was just like dirty. He was that rugged, hardcore, but he got skills. And I pretty much stole everything from him, man. That's how I learned how to fight southpaw.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So
So
you were righty fighting southpaw.
Huh? No, I'm actually a natural lefty. I'm a
Okay.
natural. Yeah, I write lefty, scribble scrabble. Like, I'm a natural left-handed.
Oh wow.
That's
Okay. All right. Now as far as your strategy, right? Because boxing it isn't just physical, right? It's strategy. What is your strategy when you walking into that ring? When you step in that ring, how do you prepare for it mentally when it's time to fight?
Yeah, well, I mean, people think it's nerve wracking because you always got that feeling, like, yo, I don't want to lose, I don't want to embarrass myself, I don't want to let my team down, and it's a lot of pressure on you. But if you know if you believe in what you did in training camps, and it should be like, I mean, you can't stop nothing's gonna stop the nerves. You know what I mean? So that's the anxiety, all that stuff. That's the build up. But I mean, I listen to Adele right before I go to the ring. People don't know that, so I like to listen to her because she like mellow me out, man. I'll be hyped going there, but like, and when I get there, I gotta listen to her. She calm me down, man.
You know, that's interesting that you said Adele. Most people would think like you listening to some
Meat
like
Mills.
Meek or
Oh,
DMX or
don't get me wrong.
somebody
Don't get me
50
wrong.
Cent, somebody.
I listen to my music to get me in that mode. But
Uh-huh.
right before I go out, man, I just hit that like that. You know that little calm before the storm. I gotta listen to it because sometimes I be too rowdy, man. I get too rowdy to make mistakes, man. I ain't got time to make no mistakes. I gotta be level headed.
Right, right, right. Okay. All right. So as outside of boxing, what drives you? Like any other passions that you have or any other goals or anything like that?
Yeah, well, when I started picking up the trade, like electrician, plumbing stuff, all that stuff. I mean, I started learning it once I was the owner of my own home. I'm like, I ain't gonna be paying nobody to just be doing it when I. So I started learning it, and I had like a mentor that I was working for at the time, and now I love that. I love that stuff. I love doing that type of work with my hands almost just as much as I love boxing, man. So maybe, and my son is going to trade school, so maybe we can start like a little business after this all done.
I love
That's
that.
what's
Oh
up.
my God. Yes.
Yo,
Okay.
being a homo will make you learn a whole lot of stuff you didn't think you want to learn.
Right, right, right. Listen, I tell you what, man, and I think maybe just growing up in a city where it's like, you always you never really owned or nothing, no, own nothing. So it's like the apartment you never watching it on TV and stuff like that. It always seemed like it was more complicated than it really is. I think the fact that it's not as hard as I thought it was, like it's way more simpler than I thought it was to do that type of work, and I love it, man. I love it. I love it.
And you know what? You save a lot of money too, right?
Oh,
Because
don't,
look,
yeah,
we know
yeah.
that they be raping us with the prices. So shout
Yes,
out to my
they
husband too.
do.
He
Yes,
do a lot of the work as well.
yes, they do, man. Like, I
But
say I'm about to be a handyman for sure.
yes, yeah. For real. Without all the extra people digging in the pockets, right? You gonna get the
Right,
money.
right. That part.
Yes. Oh, go
Why,
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
how long have you been boxing for?
Oh, years, man. I still was like 11, 10 or 11, yeah. It was a long time ago, man. Like, I don't even know how many years that was. Damn.
Wow.
Sheesh. I'm boxing for a very long time. Ever since I got out that bus of talking junk to them. Seriously,
Right off the elementary bus, huh?
yeah, and the crazy thing is, we got on the wrong bus. I was talking drunk, and that's what on William Street, and we was on the wrong bus this whole time. So I'm in there talking jokes to these people out the window, and then kind of find out it was the wrong bus. So we ended up getting off the bus, and they chased us all the way down the block. Me and my brother, and we ran all the way down to the block and climbed over the fence, and it was a boxing gym this whole time. So it was like pretty much fate.
I was just about to say that was meant to happen. Everything
Yeah,
happens for a reason.
right,
Everything. Yeah.
right.
So a lot of young kids, look up to you and stuff like that. What advice would you give to the next generation that's coming up? Pretty much also like your son, right? What advice would you give to them as far as breaking into the boxing industry?
Make yourself knowledgeable, man. Knowledgeable before you just jump out there. Learn. I say that I was in a sport where I didn't have no help. You know what I'm saying? I was just thrown to the wolves because I didn't know no better. But I can't just give everybody the blame. I didn't take it upon myself to pick up a book or go online and read some stuff. You know what I'm saying? make yourself knowledgeable, learn the ins and outs. That's one thing I always say about my son, man. He's a boxing guru, son. He studies the sport in and out. He's way smarter than I was, man. You gotta do your research, do your homework, man. And all business is not good business, you know what I mean? And that's a very important factor.
That's a fact. And that's with everything in life, tell you
Right.
the truth.
Right.
Real for real. Tell people about your upcoming events now that you have going on, because I know we spoke about that when we first started. Can you give people so they know how to follow you, how to support you, and everything that you got going on?
All right, well, we was going to DR for, the tune-up fights here because it's been out for a little while. So I'm going to go out there, get a tune-up, knock off the rust on the 24th. But my main fight where everybody is in the town where I live at now. I've been here for like almost 11 years now. So that's pretty much like my home away from home. And we got there in the Civic Center. I'm having a homecoming there. And it's going to be a tough one. I mean, a title fight. I'm fighting this kid who's upset-minded, man. This kid is as gritty as they come. He upstopped Scooby on the overtime show. That kid, undefeated prospect Scooby, he stopped, knocked him out. He knocked out Josue Vargas, who's a prospect in Madison Square Garden. Like, he be upsetting a lot of dudes, man. So he's coming to fight. He got knockout power in both hands, and it's gonna be an action-packed fight. I'm ready. I'm ready though. He ain't seen nothing like me though. So I'm breaking.
Okay, all right. Now, what about back here, back home? Wait, I'm saying back home, but do you still live in Newburgh? I know you purchased a house, so are you still in the Orange County area?
No, I moved out of Newburgh like almost 10 years ago.
10 years. Okay, so then where it's home for you now? What city?
Johnstown, Pennsylvania. That's
okay.
Yeah, I've been out here. That's like on the outskirts of Pittsburgh, like an hour from Pittsburgh actually. So yeah, and when I first, my wife found this place with her mom at first, so she came down here before I did, and I thought when I first seen the PA sign, you figure if you're driving into Pennsylvania, it's like you see like Scranton like in no time, like 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, I ain't know that. We were driving for hours. It's like almost 6 hours from Newburgh. I'm like, oh my god,
6 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, like 5.5, 6 hours. Yeah, so we're deep.
Do you like it up there?
Yeah, oh man, I built a life here, man. I got some real solid people like my management team. I built a whole other family here too, inside here, man. So there's good people here, man. I love this town.
Okay.
So
all right. So last question, unless Ray have one, and then I want you to give your social media so people can follow you, and support you, and also stay up on what you have coming up. What would you say it was like growing up in Newburgh? What was it like? I know you mentioned, some of the fighting in the school, but just the overall, what was it like?
It's tough, man. I mean, I got stabbed up like when I was like 10. I mean, when I was 17, just turning 17, and because I was in the wrong place, wrong time. Well, I knew where I was at. I wasn't supposed to be there. And, just it was tough, man. It's not like you figure you got the Bronx and Manhattan on them. Those cities is big. You have beef. You ain't gotta never see some of them people again. Sometimes what I'm saying, that's how big the city is. But Newburgh is only this side and there's that side, man. And I actually lived on the side where I wasn't a part of they crew, man. So I was like, I was part of this side, but I lived in the heights. So it was like, man, my life was pretty much hell growing up, man. But yeah, I made it out. When my son, she was like 8 months, 7 months pregnant when that happened to me, when I got set up. And I just remember like, man, so I just remember a voice. I thought I could think of my mom, somebody in the hospital was just like, you want to die for these streets or you gonna live for your son? Yeah, so I'm like, I still haven't asked my mom if that even was her, because I'm scared she gonna tell me no, and it's gonna creep me out. You know what I'm saying? But I made a change for the better, man. It's tough though. It's tough living there, man. A lot of my friends wasn't so lucky. I got a brother who passed away to the street violence, man. One brother just came home from federal prison. It's tough, man. It's not easy. It's not easy. But I tried to stay focused, even when I was still 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But you can't be in 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You either gonna be committed to it. Boxing is a small window. You're either gonna do it or you're not.
Okay.
Well, I will tell you one thing. That voice that you heard, don't even worry about it. Just thank it.
Right, yeah. That's what I said. I'm just gonna take it and run. That's what I did anyway. So, and it was the best thing I could have done, because I would have been missing out on all this.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad we had the chance to talk with you, get to learn more about you, and we're definitely going to be, paying attention more to everything that you got going on. And we wish you all the luck in getting your title back. Continue to do what you do, and please tell people your social media so they can follow you and stay up on what you got going on.
You can follow me on Instagram at Darrell Trigger. That's Dareal Trigger, Trigger. My Instagram, my Twitter is only one trigger. Only one trigger. That's with the only in the number one.
Okay.
And I said pretty much. And my Facebook, I got Facebook. I don't run it, but somebody else run my Facebook. But I got Facebook though. It's my regular name, Tre'Sean Wiggins. That's Tresean Wiggins, Wiggins. That's it, man. I post up there. I make sure we post it on the daily. I try to keep posting. I don't really post too much, but keep posting when I'm in training, so people can stay locked in on what's going on. Let the people know I'm working, because I've been out for a little while, man. They haven't worked. There are questions they haven't doubts about if I can.
Do you have a TikTok? Because you gotta have a TikTok.
I have a TikTok, but it's only for me and my son's podcast. We got like a little boxing podcast. It's called the Trigger Response, and it's me and him debating on some fights and boxes. So check it out when y'all get the chance. We be going at it, man.
But we definitely gonna check out your podcast too. With salute to you and your son. Salute to your wife for holding it down. Shout out to the wives out there. Y'all know we be holding it down. And salute to her, your whole family. We wish you nothing but the best, and we gonna stay tapped into what you got going on. Thank you again for coming on to the show. And that's it. We gonna conclude this interview. And we'll stay up, okay?
All right. Appreciate it, man. Anytime, every time.
Yes, appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Peace, man.
All right. This is From the Ground Up. Y'all know what it is. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, follow us on all our social medias, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check us out on iHeart and Pandora, Spotify, and all those other streaming platforms as well. And we up out of here. Like we always say, it's only one way to go from here. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed your time with From the Ground Up Productions. We'll see you next time. Be sure to add our channel and listen to us on all streaming platforms. From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.